Hey, Todd here. Oh, I've got my morning cup of tea with me. Gotta have that every day. I love tea. So today we're gonna be talking about getting the right exposure when you're outside shooting live action. I've shot a lot of action sports for a lot of different clients, and I'll show some examples from client shoots of when I've actually used this technique, which I use it a lot, and it would work for weddings. I don't do any weddings or anything like that, but it would work the same way. When you need to get that perfect exposure at that right moment, you can't be changing exposures and trying to compensate for things. You need to be ready for that moment right there when it happens. And with this little tip, it'll definitely show you that you're ready for any angle, any up, down, whatever you need to shift to see the sky, whatever, you're ready to go with this little tip. And I used it when I was shooting film and back in the day. Again, much easier on the digital side now. But we're gonna head to the park. Weather is kind of crappy outside, so I doubt there's gonna be any sports stuff going on. And we'll get a look at using this quick and easy tip to get you that right exposure to capture that right moment. So let's get to the park. Oh, forgot my tea. So we're out at the park now, where you've got you got baseball over here. We could do soccer there. We got football there. There's pretty much anything you want to do here at this park. It'd be nice if there was actually people out here today, but there isn't, so I don't really have anybody to shoot, but we can still look at how this exposure tip works, and it works great every time. At least it does for me. So what you're gonna do first is make sure you put the camera in manual mode. You don't wanna be shooting in automatic. You wanna be able to adjust your shutter speed and your aperture to get the depth of field you want, what's in focus, what's out, shallow depth of field, and whether you want to freeze the subject or get a little motion blur. You're going to do a little pan blur. First thing you want to do is put the camera in manual. You can do auto white balance if you want, that's fine, but put the camera in manual. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to figure out what direction you want to shoot. So say I'm going to shoot this way out towards the goalposts out there. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take a quick little look at, turn the camera on. We're actually out at these pigeons out here. Gonna get a quick look at them, metering the grass, and then I open up 2/3. So what I'm doing, getting a quick look at the grass out here, picking a spot, camera's on center weighted metering. I look at the grass, get a reading, and then open up 2/3, and then fire away, and the exposure is spot on. So that just works perfect. So you just meter the grass, open up 2/3, and then anywhere I look, if I'm looking up to the sky, it's still gonna be the right exposure. You're gonna see your meter jump all over the place when you're looking around, but you're on manual, so it's not changing, you're not changing your exposure. So I can go quickly from the ground here, getting these guys here eating on the ground, quickly over to the tree over there, same exposure. Everything looks great all the way through. So if I do change, and so it's very flat lighting today, so it's not really gonna matter which way I look, but if I'm gonna change directions when I'm shooting, you get take another quick meter reading, like I'm looking over here, looking over at these bleachers, get a reading, make sure I'm 2/3 overexposed, and it looks great. So then again, if I'm going to put the sun behind me, I'm going to look out this way. I'm going to look at where these down the field, get my reading, double check that I'm 2/3 over, and exposure's perfect. So that's it. Super simple. Just take a reading of the grass. It's worked for me for years. It went back when I shot film. I would do this, and I would always get a great exposure. So it's super easy now when you have digital. You can see right on the back, and I would recommend that you definitely take a look that you are getting a good exposure, getting the images you want. But this simple technique will just save you a lot of time, especially in the processing when you're processing everything and the camera's set to automatic and it's jumping all over and you've got to correct exposures for stuff that got backlit that shouldn't have been. I mean, this technique just gets you locked in for a great exposure every time. And again, center weighted metering is what I typically do. And I've been doing this. Here's some examples of some shots I've done for different clients, Nike, the NFL, ESPN, Adidas, and just a bunch of different clients. Here's some, take a look at these examples. All right, I hope this little tip helps you. You can use it, try it out, see if it works for you. Like I said, it works great for me, has for years, and it's simple and easy to do. And again, if the light changes during the day, make sure you take a quick meter reading again. So if it got sunny all of a sudden, I'd have to re-meter the grass again and still open up 2/3, and it'll look perfect. So any questions, any comments, leave them down below. I'll answer them. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. And until next time, I'm out.